It's still airing out. It's great. There we go. All right. Let the stream come fully back on and we'll be good to go here. Get started. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Perfect. Just confirming. I don't know if X has got some big issues with their streaming services. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'm trying to make sure that we're up and going before we get moving. So give me 30 more seconds. Okay, Dally just confirmed it's back up. So that's good. Sorry, everybody, for the outages there. We're having some encoder issues between the stream and X that I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with their services. So seems to be an outage of some sort, but looks like we're stable now. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay. Welcome everybody to the 26th now, probably, or 25th TAN Council recurring meeting. For today's meeting, we will be just reopening the floor for some discussions in Q&A and discussing the TANIP1 that we have going on. First, let's go overview with the TAN Council and the purposes of these reoccurring meetings. These reoccurring meetings serve 5 critical functions. They provide transparency to our community. They create a structured forum for discussion, enabling authors to present to the council and community and to discuss, debate, and refine for formal proposals and for voting with consensus. They enable regular platform updates. They ensure consistent communication amongst council members. And finally, they allow direct community engagement through question and answer sessions. The TAN Council is a local governance organization within the Telcoin platform. Together, we serve as a provider and administrator of collective goods and services within the jurisdictional domain of the Telcoin Application Network, or TAN. The TAN Council, with our 6 seats at currently 3 members, makes decisions related to TAN improvements and our policies through the TANIP process. We need 5 out of 6 votes to approve proposals within 120-hour period. Our primary duties are to allocate TEL issuance on TAN for stakers and developers to harvest, plan and finance the development of the Telcoin application network. Our key responsibilities include reviewing and voting on snapshot proposals, attending these biweekly meetings, providing regular community updates, monitoring TAN systems, enforcing operational rules. We use Discord and Slack for day-to-day communications, the forums for formal proposal discussions, these reoccurring council meetings for those discussions as well, and deliberation and refinement for snapshot for formal voting. Overall, the TAN Council has authority over minor harvesting and planning and financing the TAN infrastructure. For last week's meeting, we spoke briefly about the TANIP1 plans and how we were just waiting on developer resources. Leo has written a PR for TANIP trading, the TANIP trading fee rebate program, and is waiting for the sign off for some more of the capable devs to ensure that we can look at reinstating this issuance program at the application layer. We also mentioned some ideas around potential DApps that could be built on the network once it was live as well. Leo, do you want to add anything to that? Otherwise, we can open the floor up for any Q&A. It's probably going to be a pretty short one again for us, but.
Sure, just wrote the PR and it's pretty straightforward. I think it's only like 2 lines in the end. A nice if then, but with a few tests and also making sure that it doesn't break anything elsewhere and doesn't give us any weird behaviors. So there is technically one case we could have where if a particular user has a lot of active referees and then they don't trade themselves, it will kind of technically reduce the prize pool for that week. But I think that's quite a minor issue, and it's worth just monitoring as we go. We can fix it if we need to, but I don't think it's worth fixing at this point. So yeah, PR's ready, and I see Ari's in the call. So Ari, in case you miss contributing to the TAN repo, your skills would be very welcome again. But yeah, otherwise,
I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out tonight.
Awesome.
Love it.
Great news. There we go. So we might be up and running even sooner than expected. So yeah, let me know what you think, and look forward to hearing that. But yeah, that's kind of it from me for now.
Perfect. And just we decided to go. We are going off of the current issuance cap, right? We're not retroing that.
What do you mean, sorry?
So like the lifetime issuance cap that, like, let's say that somebody already has 500,000 towards their lifetime issuance, that stays in play, right? It's not resetting.
That's still in play, yeah. So speaking to Parker a few weeks back, we decided to keep the existing contract and its state, so we won't be redeploying. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So just a reminder that rebate program that was discussed and we've been working on is something that we're looking to go live after Ari and a few others hopefully take a look at the PR. Hopefully that will be kind of the jump off point into some more things on the network. We don't have a ton more obviously to cover right now. Once that starts back up, we can start looking at our statistics again and start looking at our network volume on the app and everything else as well. So more to come on that. Let me check and see, but right now we'll do Q&A, AMA, and go ahead, Ty. Perfect. Good timing.
Yeah. So will it be run like from a Wednesday to Wednesday? Is that the idea? I would take it you'd give some notice to the community to get geared up for it when it does go live. So there'll be a lead-in period, and then there'll be a period where, you know, how the old one ran, I think it was from a Wednesday to a Wednesday. So
yeah, I think it was the same epoch as you guys have for Telex, honestly. And Leo, correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yeah, no, that's the plan. Wednesday to Wednesday, I think, is easiest. Fewer dates for people to remember, and yeah, we'll be loud and clear in terms of when it's going to go live and giving dates for that. So we'll give people plenty of notice, both here and on the socials, just to make sure everyone has that time to get ready. Yeah.
So is it likely to go live before the next TAN meeting in 2 weeks' time, or will it be announced at the next TAN meeting? I'm just trying to manage community's expectations here.
Yeah. I'd say let's kind of announce a go live date at the next meeting at the earliest. So don't expect anything before then.
Yeah, we'll give plenty of time to prep for it, obviously.
Yeah,
definitely need to do that.
We want to launch as fairly as possible. So
yeah, and I also have we had talked a while back about making sure that we had some measurable statistics. So I have a little PR that I made, and I'll give to you guys that just runs that through an RPC, so we can track week over week, kind of total staked, total active, all the stuff that I think Andrew was tracking before. We can restart that again, so we can keep an eye on how the statistics are moving.
Awesome, sounds good.
Anyone else in chat here? Or anybody else in the community? I know a lot of the questions were probably answered on the last call, so. All right, I am not seeing anything else in the chat, so this might have a record here for one of our shorter ones, but
Cody, any chance you had more DAP ideas this week?
Been slam packed, man. I've been kicking myself because I've been trying to get back to it, So hopefully I get some bandwidth tomorrow and then beginning of next week. Just been busy, but I'll get it.
You need some tel still, right? Sent to you for
I'm
DevNet.
gonna have to I'll double check it. I'm watching my daughter at the moment, but I'll double check tonight or early tomorrow and I'll let you know if that's okay.
Yeah. And I talked to Grant about the faucet service, and he worked with the provider to get that, or is working with the provider to get that turned on. But we can have Steve or somebody send you some on DevNet pretty easily. So
Yeah. I'll look into it tonight and I'll let you know. I appreciate it.
yes, sir.
We can get your daughter some too as well.
Yeah, she definitely needs
tel.
it, man. Oh, I know. I'm trying to save it for her. We'll see.
Just play. This is just play tell though, but she can at least learn.
Exactly. She just learned to crawl yesterday, and so yeah, she's gonna be well on her way to What is it you said?
Perfect timing.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Congratulations.
I know this is a little bit more. Well, I guess I can share that. Oh, this is a little bit more. I don't want to speak for Nick, but it's something that he was working on too. He's got a side project he's working on that will kind of sit on the application layer, but also is a way to help benefit and test the network. Let me put it that way, that the community can easily engage with. I don't want to give away too much because it's his project, but think of it like instead of you using typing in an RPC on DevNet to test a validator transaction or hit the network with a bunch of transactions or whatever else. This is a UI that is built around gamification, but does the same thing. So it's pretty cool. So I don't want to spoil too much, but I've seen some of the prototypes. It's pretty neat. Let me put it this way. If you guys remember, when we were younger, anybody remember those like Tamagotchi things or the Gigapet things?
Those were quality, yeah.
Yeah,
right. Right. So think about that kind of concept, but on chain, and the actions that you're doing benefit the network. I'll just leave it at that.
Ah, nice.
I think it's going to be a great idea. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, excited to have that kind of test it out some more.
Yeah.
Cody, thank you for bringing up that faucet thing. I just found figured out what the problem is. So it should be working now. We're going to be resetting testnet really soon, or resetting the network to launch testnet very soon. So, but yeah, I appreciate that feedback.
No worries.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So it'll be pretty cool. I think Nick came up with it. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully be in a spot once we can, now like Grant's back and Steve's back, maybe we'll review it a little bit this week or next, depending on what the bandwidth is. So we'll go from there.
Awesome.
All right. No other, let's see. Oh, one more just came in. Somebody, let's see. Talking about, I want to add liquidity, but the closer we get, the more cautious I am about risking any tell. Meanwhile, I feel like I am missing the boat. So there's two different methods I think you're talking about here. Adding liquidity normally refers to the liquidity pools, which are telex pools, and that has impermanent loss. That does affect, that like any other liquidity pool in DeFi, there's risks to that. What we are talking about specifically is staking tel on the Telcoin app. And then the program, which is the TANIP rebate program, is essentially when you have tel staked, you can earn back up to all of your trading fees or your swap fees that you incur on the Telcoin wallet or in the Telcoin network or right now on the wallet, right? So, but in order to do that, you have to have tel staked, and you can only earn back for your lifetime as much as you have staked across the program. So there's no risk of permanent loss. You can remove or unstake the TEL whenever you want. It is completely in your ownership and possession. It's not like it's locked behind an epoch in that process. So there's very no risk, I would say. Very low risk. So it's very different, I guess I would say. So it also is that is the same process of staking TEL that we use for some of those voting power for some of the seats as well, and some of the other things within the network. So hopefully that answered your question. If you want some more specifics, please feel free to reach out and come out. Okay, here's some more questions. Rewards have stopped. Why? Okay, reward. So I'll just start with the rewards. Rewards. I'm assuming you're speaking to the TANIP1 protocol. That's been paused for 4 months now, 5 months. It was, again, the initial form of it was meant to be kind of a test of scalability over about 30 weeks. And what we saw was we started about, let's see, I think it was just under a billion TEL staked, or under, yeah, right around there. And then when we ended, it was north of just under 4 billion TEL staked at the last elections. So that's kind of, we saw that, but then we also inherited or saw some other opportunities in the program. There's a whole write-up on the actual forums that we did, that the TAN Council did about it. It's a 6 or 7 page paper that we wrote that talked about the pros and the cons. And this is kind of the next iteration of that. It takes away kind of one of the multipliers that we saw being gamified, which caused some people not to participate. But this is kind of like a step back into that direction. And once the network is live and at scale, we feel this is more and more doable. So that's a little of the history. Let's see, there's another question. Go ahead, Ty, sorry.
Yeah, just probably to clarify any of the new people that have joined since the original TANIP1 was in play, it might be beneficial just to explain briefly how it works. Like, you have user A refers user B. User B does some trades. So under the new initiative, user B will get his trading fees refunded, and user A will get the referral percentage of those trades as rewards in his wallet. That's basically how it works, yeah.
Not entirely, but it's close. So in that example, user B will pay trading fees, basically, to do their trades, and in doing so will have the opportunity to earn up to their maximum, up to the amount of fees they paid that week. But that's also a pro-rated amount. So they basically go into competition against all the other people that paid fees that week. And there's a fixed pool of TEL up for grabs. And depending on their proportion of the total fees paid, they will be able to earn that TEL back, basically. There's another stipulation there where they need to have they have a limit based on how much TEL they have staked, but basically they can earn back up to however much they paid in fees that week. User A, if they haven't paid any fees, they can't earn any rewards from the TANIP1 system, basically.
But they'll still earn rewards through the standard stake and
Yeah.
refer.
Yeah, stake and
program.
refer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I
So-
was meaning. And yes,
Yeah,
I
I
had
got you,
forgotten
Ty.
I'd forgotten about that proportional split in
Mhm.
terms of the. So, what is the weekly limit for the pool that will be divided?
It's
What
the
was
same.
the
So it's
Yeah, it's
weekly
the same
cap?
3.2. It's still the same 3.2 million cap, but it's if you calculate out kind of and with taking away the multiplier behind the referral, that was one of the mechanisms that was kind of we're looking at, right? And if you base it on the activity that we saw on the network or in the wallet over that same period, you're not going to be close to hitting the cap at current scale. And then as obviously we expect things to scale and more people using the wallet, more people using the network, we will adjust accordingly to make sure that we've got a robust and fair system. It's the idea is to be kind of nimble with any adjustments that we're making moving forward. So this is just kind of the starting point.
Yeah, so in the early days, it's unlikely that 3.2 million cap will be breached. So in the example, user B will get his trading fees refunded in full in all likelihood until total trading fees that week go over 3.2 million, and then he'll get a proportional share back.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and again, calculating after the total fees, right? Those that don't have any more staked, right? So like if you don't have
Yeah,
any staked or at your cap, then it doesn't count. So
yeah. No, it's still all within the cap that you've got in the wallet. Yeah. The staked cap. Yeah. Okay, thanks, guys.
absolutely. Let's see here. So we had another question. Yeah, to Jem, to answer your question, that's what we're talking about. You're correct. You trade right now, you're not getting, there's no kickback, right? What this is restarting that program, where if you trade, it would cover your trading cost, depending on how much you have staked, and comparative to how much you've earned in rewards over your lifetime of your wallet, you would earn that back. So that's what this program is. Yes. But I know if any of that is confusing, please reach out to us on Discord or X or anywhere else. You can also email us. What's our join email? Is it just tan@telcoin.org? Yeah.
I believe TAN Council. I think TAN-Council maybe.
Cool. All
I'll
right.
check that quickly.
Okay. We'll get that in the chat. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. But you're welcome to email us and we can help you or walk you through examples. There's examples on the forums, so please check out the telcoin.org forums. Lots of information there as well. Feel free to ask questions there. But yeah, this is exciting because it's kind of the start or the restart, I guess you would say, of the program. Getting some of these rewards back into the community's hands. So let's see
Yeah,
if
it's
we can find-
TAN-Council at telcoin.org.
Hey, Dali, if you're there, would you mind typing that in the chat, please? Okay. Yeah, there's no more questions in the chat, so I think we can kind of pause it there, I suppose. And Dave just brought something up about a proposal to refund transact fees. Well, Dave, I think hopefully that's gonna be something that'll be kind of at the wayside here shortly. So, that's fine. Could you just type in the chat or the email for the TAN Council, which is tan-council@telcoin.org, just in the chat. So if anybody has questions, they can send it to us, please. Let's see. So our next meeting, while Dali does that, will be in 2 weeks' time on the 26th. at 5 p.m. Eastern. I think that's it for today. Appreciate everybody's time. Please feel free again to reach out to us on chat or anything else like that. Be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Let's see. I'm gonna put this in here. Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks everybody for coming.
Later, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.